excitement with fear. We present Judy Cornwell as Anne and Peter Egan as Alan in Dogs by Gerald Kelsey. How much do you think you'll get for it?
I'm not going to sell it. I'm not yet, anyway.
Let it, you mean?
I want to live there.
Live there? But you said it's miles from anywhere.
Oh, it is. And it's not big or modern, but it'll be a lot better than paying through the nose for these slum rooms.
Anne, I'm a Permy. I don't think I could stick it in the country.
Oh, try it. You might like it. It'd be a marvelous place for you to work.
Oh.
In the summer, you'd be able to paint in the garden.
And while you'd send the roses over the door.
I could grow vegetables and keep chickens. We'd be able to live very cheaply.
Well, I'm all in favor of that.
Then let's give it a try. For a few months, at any rate. Please? Oh, be like a holiday.
Okay. But if it drives me mad...
Then I'll sell it and use the money to get a decent place up here.
Right. You're on. Which way?
The Tavistock Road. Turn off right when we get past Blackdown.
According to the map, that's right up on the moor.
I told you it was isolated. The village is 5 miles. The nearest neighbours are 2, or were, when I was last there.
Then at least they won't come borrowing sugar at inconvenient moments. We must be nearly there.
About 2 miles. When we get there.
Right. God, that was near.
Oh, did you hit the poor thing?
Poor thing, the bloody stupid animal we needed in the ditch. Why don't people keep their dogs under control?
Well, it's not like the town. You sure we
I missed him. I'm sure of it.
I want to go back to look.
Oh.
Couldn't bear to think of an animal lying there hurt.
There's no need. We'd have felt the bump if we'd... Oh, well, if it makes you happy.
Oh, it's all right. I can see him running off through the heather.
I told you we didn't hit him. Oh, come on. I want to see this cottage before it gets dark.
Oh, I'm glad he's all right. You know, if we decide to stay here, I'm going to get a dog of my own.
No, you're not. I hate dogs, as you well know.
Didn't you ever have one when you were a kid?
No.
Oh, that explains it.
So does the scar on my knee.
You got bitten.
Neighbour's dog. I was 10. Put me off for life.
Oh, that's a pity. You know what they say. Love me, love my dog.
It's a right shack.
It'll be all right when we've painted it.
I had visions of a thatched roof and oldie-worldy garden. Oh, where's the back door, for God's sake?
At the back. And it isn't there anymore.
What?
There wasn't enough wall space in the kitchen, so my aunt had it bricked up years ago.
Well, I don't know, Anne. There's not even a hole.
This is the living room. The kitchen, scullery auntie called it, is straight through. Upstairs there's just one bedroom.
What more do we need?
Alan?
I'm trying to go to sleep. I'm exhausted. 3 days I've hardly had time to sit down.
We've made a difference, though, haven't we?
Well, it won't look too bad when we've done.
Oh, it's super. There's a lot to be said for the simple life.
And there's even more to be said for modern comfort. Candles are all right in a Chianti bottle to give a romantic glow to a Ponzi bistro. But as a means of illumination, they're a dead loss. Now, please, go to sleep.
Good night. Alan. What's that? Alan.
What?
A noise. Listen. Hear it?
They're probably rats.
No.
A branch scraping on the roof.
Yes. No, it's coming from the door downstairs.
Well, perhaps Aunt Emma come back with something she forgot.
Oh, don't be stupid. Go and see.
There you go. I wouldn't recognize her.
I'm scared. Please, go down.
Don't be childish. Shove your head under the bedclothes if it worries you.
All right, but I won't sleep. What seems to stop?
Oh, good. God. Christ. What was that?
Only a dog howling.
Oh, that sends cold shudders down my spine.
Oh, it's only a dog. Poor thing's probably lost or hungry.
I hate that sound.
A lot of people do. They say a dog howls like that when someone is going to die.
You know what we'd be doing at this time if we still lived in town? Nipping out for a drink. Yes, Pop here must be miles.
Never mind. Come and see what I've found.
So something else for me to make.
No, look.
Ginger beer jars.
Only it's not ginger beer, by the smell of it. Auntie used to make wine.
Hey, we'll move out of the way. Let's get one out. Oh, it's labeled. Beetroot. Get a couple of glasses. We'll see if it's any good.
Here you are. Happy days.
Cheers.
Scratching again.
Oh, it's coming from the front door. Let's go and see.
It's a dog. Hello. Where did you come from?
Oh, don't bring it in, Anne. We'll never get rid of it.
That explains the noise last night. Oh, she's obviously lost. Terribly affected. Come on, Joe. Would you like to?
But for God's sake, don't encourage her.
Alan, surely you're not frightened of a little dog like this, are you?
I'm not frightened, but it looks a bit...
Oh, of course you're not. Here you are, sweetie. Come on. There. Got a bit of sheepdog in her, I'd say. Look at her. Oh, you must admit she's really rather attractive.
Not to me. I told you I hate dogs.
Not only because you're not used to them.
And I intend to keep that way. Now, do me a favor, Anne. Put that mangy, flea-ridden mongrel out
Get
before
the meat out of the cupboard, will you?
What meat?
The rest of the joint.
Are you crazy? That's our dinner tonight.
A few bits of scratch you can have.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we'll start that. We'll never get rid of her. Please,
Oh, don't be so mean, Alan. Just get the plate. Oh, you were thirsty. See? She's drunk it all. Now, would you like some dinner? I think she knows what I said. Just wait a minute. We'll see what we can find.
There. We'll starve to that four-legged... Hey, not that bit. That's the best meat.
Surely you wouldn't begrudge a poor, starving little dog.
Yes, I would.
Well, you can have my share, then. I've managed with a piece of bread and cheese. There you are. Oh, see, she was hungry. Look at the way she's bolting it. Obviously hasn't had a proper meal for days. Oh, that's good. There's a lucky girl.
That's how much the meat costs. You realize just how lucky she is.
What do I call her?
You can't keep her. She'll be handed over to the police. It's stealing to keep her.
Okay. We'll report her to the police. But if they don't find the owners... Ooh, when they come to collect her, maybe they'll let me buy her.
What? You must be joking.
She's not the kind of dog I'd have chosen, I admit. But she's chosen us. She obviously needs someone to look after her properly. Oh, Alan, she's licking my hand.
Can I help you, miss?
My name's Stokes. I live at Blackdown Cottage.
Oh, you'll be the late Miss Mallett's niece.
Yes.
Oh, then I'm pleased to meet you, miss. Knew you aren't well. Used to drop in to pass the time of day whenever I was up that way. What can I do for you?
Well, a stray dog seems to have adopted us. I thought...
Only one?
Well, yes.
Surprised it's not more. Probably be one of Miss Mallett's come back. She took in all the strays. No, with a house full. All sorts. Alsatians to poodles. Well, they all vanish when your aunt died. I expect they'll start drifting back now the cottage is being lived in again.
But where did they all come from?
It's the town people. Buy dogs they don't want. Get shot of them up here on the moor.
You mean they drive off and leave them?
That's it. I've had a lot of trouble round here with stray dogs. Some of them near half wild.
Oh, I can't imagine how anyone could be so heartless.
Nor me. Still, I'd better take the details in case anyone reports their dog missing. My guess is they won't. So if you'd like to look after her...
Oh, I would. Oh, she's a sweet little dog.
Then if you'll just give me the description.
I bought a lead, a collar, 10 pounds of biscuits, and 2 dozen cans of dog meat, only to find that when I got back, you'd let her run away.
I didn't do it on purpose.
How long's she been gone?
About an hour. Look, if she's really got no home, she'll come back when she's hungry, won't she? Now, I'm hungry, so what about dinner?
Oh, that's all you're concerned about, your own dinner.
Not true. Look, if you really want a dog that bad, I'll buy you one. We'll get a puppy and we'll train it properly.
It's Peggy. It's you! Peggy, you've come back! Alan, look! He's brought a little friend.
Little? You must be joking. Get that thing out of here. It's more like the house of Baskerville.
He wants you to take the head from him.
Not likely. He growled when I touched it.
How's the game, dear?
Don't tell me. Tell him.
He already knows. Can't understand why you don't play with him. He's taken a few. Fancy to you.
What makes you say that?
Wait, he's sitting by your chair. Look at him, waiting for you to throw another stick. He'd do almost anything you tell him.
Okay. Get lost.
Come on, Bruce. I'll search for you. Here you are. That's it. Come on, boys. That's it. Look, she doesn't want to give it to you. He's trying to put it into your hand.
You're right. He is. All right. Give it to me. Give. Oh, what do you know? You let me have it.
I told you. Well, if we're going to take him to the police station, we'd better go.
Yep. Come on, Bruce.
Peggy! Peggy! Oh, bollocks, he's gone to the hedge. Oh, now he's gone after her. Peggy! Peggy! They've gone back up onto the moor.
They'll come back. Let's go inside. It's starting to rain.
Hours they've been gone.
Oh, nothing more we can do. Might as well turn in.
You were really beginning to like Bruce, weren't you?
Well, as dogs go, he
Still,
wasn't...
2 tins of meat for each meal. Who could afford that?
The poor thing was starved. If he was fed regularly, he wouldn't need so much food. Poor old lad.
He wasn't all that old. Only about a year. Oh, so full of life and so gentle with little Peggy. Still, in a way, I'm glad he's gone.
Yes, so it saves us the trouble of turning him into the police.
They destroy them after 7 days if they haven't been claimed.
Well, he doesn't deserve that.
Alan, you hear that? I think the dogs have come back. Listen. It's them, I'm sure. Come on.
Oh, I wish they wouldn't make that loud.
Peggy! You come back and get it. Peggy, Alan, see, she's back.
Well, that'll make you happy. There's no sign of...
Oh, Alan Bruce has come back too. Oh, just knock me over.
There you are. Steady, boys. Hey, come here.
Bruce, that's not the way.
This isn't Bruce.
Oh, no, you're right. Here. Come here, come on. Out.
Oh, for Pete's sake, we can't go around here. He'll wreck the place.
Oh, my God! They want to knock over. Alan, do something.
Come on, outside. Come on, leave her alone. Go outside. All right. And this one's turning nasty.
Come on, boy.
I think I'd better get a stick or something.
We won't need that.
I'm not so sure. He was about to go for me.
Start waving a stick about and he probably will. The trouble with you is you've no idea how to handle him.
You're not having too much success yourself.
Let's stay. Cannot. Settle down.
Oh, my God, they've gone upstairs to the bedroom.
Don't worry, Alan. I'll track them down with the police. There's no need to get fussed. They're only playing.
They could have fooled me. You've left the door open. Oh, they've got 3 more. Get out. Go on, out. Get out.
Have the dogs without you, you see.
Go on. Go on.
You take where you're shouting at them, Alan. That's just it. Come here. Oh, look, there's Bruce. Oh, you've come back. Hey, what do you mean by bringing your friend home? without asking.
Well, I don't mind him, but God, they must have knocked over the bedside table up there. Check that knees and get them out before they smash everything up.
You'd better shut the door in case...
After the horse is bolted, but let's leave it open until we can drive them out. Hey, look at this one, making itself at home in my chair. Get off, you bastard.
Leave them for a moment, Alan. They'll obey when they smell the food. Get down, Bruce. Get down. Where's the tin opener? Oh, I found it.
Just give that brute upstairs a smell and throw the rest outside.
I know what to do, Alan. Look, here's another tin. Open it, will you? Yes, all right, Bruce. We've got some for you.
I'll put some of this outside, too, to get rid of these others.
Yes, do that. No, stay with Alan, Bruce. No, stay. Get down. Down. And you. No. Alan, you have to help me. I can't move with these two under my feet. And Bruce is trying to snatch it from my hand.
Bruce, come here. Come here. Get out of the way. That settles it. Dogs, I've had enough. I'm not putting up with this.
Get down. Oh, now he's knocked it out of my hand.
Hey, look at the way they're wolfing at it.
Oh, the poor things are starved. Let's get some more. You open them. Quick. At the rate they're eating. Oh, sounds like more of them.
Oh, no.
That one's new, isn't it? Let me see that one before. And there's another. I told you to shut the door.
Well, how many stray dogs are there around here? Look, throw these two things outside while I open another.
Okay, come on. No, don't get under my feet. Get down. Wait. Oh, one nipped my hand. Go away, blast you.
Anne, is it bad? Are you all right?
Yes, it's not bleeding. Get those new tins open, Alan. Come on, outside.
Shut them out as soon as they go out after it.
Come on. No, get down. Down. That's a good job. Come on. Yes, I've got some nice dinner for you. Get down. You are. Go on, fetch it. Oh, get on, Alan. Alan, there's a trap off there.
What? Why didn't you shut the door when I...
I tried to. Stop me over. Don't stand there. Help me out.
I'm sorry, Anne. Oh, no, it's still coming.
My God, that was just in time.
Yeah. All we've got to do now is put these out of the house. More. Oh, Christ. Look at that big brute.
Oh, it's a crossbred Alsatian.
Never mind his pedigree. We better get them out of here. They're not cuddly pets. They're wild animals.
Oh, don't be absurd, Alan. They're just dogs. Hungry and excited, I admit, but there's no need to exaggerate. We just got to coax them quietly. There's a good boy. Come on.
Watch it. He's showing his...
All right. Keep still, Alan. I think this big one wants to go out. He's moving back to the door. Now, if he's the leader of the pack, the rest will go with him.
I'll see if I can get the door open so that... Hell, he doesn't want it. He just wants a comfortable seat on a mat. Now we can't open the door till he moves.
Come on, boy. Come on. There's a good boy. Oh, Alan, what are we going to do?
Tell me, you're the dog expert.
Well, the most important thing is not to let them know we're scared.
I think this brute's already guessed. Takes offense if he sees you looking at him.
I'm sure it's only because they're hungry. If we can give them some more food.
Have your hand off before you can open a tin.
Let's give them our food. Everything. We'll put it on the floor in the kitchen, and while they're fighting for us, we'll be able to slip out.
It's worth a try. Come on. Hey, he's not going to let me move.
You stay there. I'll put the food out. Sorry. Oh, damn, I'm treading on them. Oh, help if we had more light.
Are you all right?
Yes. There are some sausages here and bacon and... Oh, George! This is again! Get away! Down!
Don't be stupid.
What are you doing?
Sitting.
Starting to get light.
Are you still in the corner?
I haven't dared move.
I I tried to and got bitten again. My leg's bleeding. Look, I've been thinking. Most of them are asleep. The window's just to your left. See if you can swing it open and get out. Before they wake up and start going frantic for food again.
All right.
Listen, the keys are still in the car. If you make it, drive to the village for help.
You bet I will.
How are you doing?
But I'm feeling my way. There's glass all over the floor. Oh, here's the curtain. Now I've got to the edge of the window.
Try and open it quietly.
Oh, damn! A captive stick.
Get out fast. They're waking up. Shut the window and get help.
I will! Be careful, darling. I'll be as quick as I can. Sergeant!
Good Lord, miss, what's that? You had an accident.
Somebody needs help. Our cottage has been invaded by dogs.
What?
About a dozen of them. They're wild. We've both been bitten and they won't let Alan out.
Gee. Well, I'll get someone.
No, you must come now with a gun or something. I have to escape through the window.
Yes.
They're savage. There's one huge brute that won't let Alan move at all.
I'll get a couple of men. We'll come at once. You stay here in the car, miss.
Okay.
We'll see to it.
Please,
Oh,
hurry.
your catch coat out here in your night things. Come on, lads. He says they're savage, so mind how you go. Good God. Look at them. You all right in there, sir? Oh, my God. They tore the poor devil to pieces.
That was Judy Cornwell as Anne and Peter Egan as Alan in Dogs by Gerald Kelsey. The part of Sergeant Yeoman was played by John Pullen. Technical presentation was by Keith Perrin. Appointment with Fear was produced and directed by Derek Hodinott.